George Rose, we're back in Newcastle. Tszyu-Joey Spencer, good fight this one.
Great fight, very dangerous fight, very tough fight, and one that we just saw that Joey Spencer is locked in for. So Tszyu just the same, so it's only going to make for an even better night.
Interesting mood Tszyu's in today, not giving much, very focused on this fight.
I think it's probably a little bit of a show what his changes are that he's implemented since last year, is that he's probably looking to not give too much away to you guys, and it shows that he's locked in though too. I got excited when I saw his reaction to the Joey Spencer video as well, knowing that he's only going to take it to another level, because I know the level that he's already been at over the past few months getting ready for this. So if he steps it up another level, it's going to be a really impressive performance that we see from Tim.
Do you think that was a factor in those losses, looking too far ahead?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the Fundora loss, I don't count as a loss. Obviously, the fight against Bakram was it was a different fight. He got caught early, so we didn't get to see the Tszyu that we're used to. I think that what we're going to see is the Tszyu that we've been used to over the last few years, a guy who puts on a great performance, a clinical guy who owns that ring, dominates that ring, and earns that win. So he'll have to do it against Joey Spencer. Joey Spencer's on. Joey Spencer switched on. It's a very, very tough fight. It's not the fight that I would have liked him to bounce back into. I think it's a world title defence fight. But he's taken it now, and we all get to be the excited people who get to watch a great world-class fight.
Now, I asked him about pressure and his mentality at the press conference. He gave me nothing. How are you impressed with how Tim deals with pressure? I mean, he's been around it his whole life, but some people dwindle under the pressure. But are you impressed with Tim?
Yeah, well, I think his response was that he deals with it, and I guess that's his way of saying that he has no choice. He's the most entertaining, most exciting guy in Australian boxing. He's carried the flag for Australian boxing for the last 5 years, and for him to do that, he's got to take the pressure on board, and that's what he has done. He's done it well, and it's just something that you don't have a choice with. I think we saw him grow a lot over that time too, from a raw talent into a guy that owns the space and owns the room, and if you want to be the best in the world, you want to be the most watched fighter in Australia, that's going to come with pressure. It's going to come with people with opinions and comments, and something that he just has to deal with.
Now, is the path back to that world level, is that through Spencer and then perhaps a Thurman, and then could we get a Fundora rematch? Is that the sort of angle you guys are looking at? I mean, you've got some great champions there at the moment. Virgil Ortiz, a dominant win on the weekend. He's up there, and Bakram's up there. Fundora, how do you see it?
So are you assuming that Thurman's going to beat Jarvis, are you?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's what you've sort of learned.
Did
you tell Brock that you feel that way?
I don't know. I guess I've sort of lent that way, but Brock is your fighter. Why don't we get to that fight then? How do you see Thurman Jarvis go?
No, well, I look forward to your next conversation with Brock now, because I know that I'm going to tell Brock to make sure he watches this interview, because you just said that Thurman's going to beat him. So I'll look forward to the next interview that you have. I think it's going to be an interesting one. There's the path for Tszyu. It's exciting because while he was a world champion, there was a handful of great fights that were available, and they are great fights. You're talking your Charlos, your Crawfords, your Fundoras, your Spencers, all them sort of guys. And now that he's not the world champion, that he's fighting his way back to that world championship status, it opens the door for a lot of other fights as well, them guys that are just below that, guys like Joey Spencer. So there's a lot more entertaining and exciting fights that we can put together from here going forward. I'm not going to tell you any, but I will tell you when we are announcing it. You will get to know who they are. But Tszyu's just got to get back in the winner's circle, get back to doing what he does best, and there'll be some great fights, not only for him to be a part of, but for the rest of us to enjoy watching.
Now, Keith Thurman, Brock Jarvis, two weeks away now, 2.5 weeks away. Thoughts on that fight? It's a mega event for you guys.
Huge fight. Great way to start the year for us. I was really excited to get Keith Thurman out here to Australia, to have someone of his calibre out here, not only out here in Australia, but actually fighting and showing everybody how he became a 2-time world champion. And he'll do that against one of our own in Brock Jarvis. I know you said that you're backing against Brock, but I think that this is a huge opportunity for Brock. Brock beats Keith Thurman. He moves straight up to that top of the world class list. So really good fight for him. Really good opportunity for Keith Thurman as well, knowing that Brock's got a fantastic record. He's come into this heavier weight and he's looking to make a name for himself. So for Keith, if he puts on a big performance, it only puts him back into the talking point for everyone else, because everybody knows his history, everybody knows his resume. If he shows that he's still the same fighter that we all enjoyed watching over them years, then it puts him straight back in the mix with everybody.
Are you impressed with how Brock Jarvis has dealt with this stage, this platform? He's sort of coming out of his shell a bit. Are you impressed by Brock Jarvis?
Brock's a star. He is a star, and he was always destined to be a star. He's had a couple of mishaps along the way to get there, but now he's at a weight where he feels comfortable, and he's ready to mix it up with the best. I like that he's at this weight division because there are so many good fights that are out there for him. A win here will do wonders for his career. No matter what happens, he's handled this stage very well. He's a headliner, and we're going to see how he goes on March 12th. We'll know what the next step is for him after that.
Got Liam Wilson in the ring this Saturday as well on a co-pro with you guys in Ace Boxing. Thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, man, fight week, baby. I was already excited for that alone. Now we've got this announcement today, so really excited for this fight. Liam Wilson's really zoned in. He's really zoned in. It's a big fight for him. Glad that we're opening our calendar of events with Liam headlining it, because Huey Dibb's coming for redemption. Huey Dibb's coming for the win. Liam Wilson's going to have to 100% be on his game and make sure that he gets this win, because win here will spell for a very good year for Liam Wilson. There's some great opportunities ahead for him.
Some events coming up as well, a bit of a launch party next Wednesday for you guys. Talk to us about the thinking behind events such as that on the roster.
Look, we've got so many shows that we're doing this year, and it's sort of where we're at the moment with Australian boxing, is that we're looking to do up to 14 shows this year. So if we're going to do that, we're going to kick off the year with a bang. So it's just letting the country know that boxing's here, boxing's big in Australia, and we've got a fantastic calendar of events coming up. Not only that, we've got a great roster of fighters, so there's a big group of guys that people are going to be interested in seeing this year, and I just want to make sure that everybody knows what's coming, and the guys that we've got that we're going to be putting up this year, because it will be a good year. It will be a very good year for Australian boxing.
Goodman, when can we expect to see him back? Obviously got that cut, but what's the latest on him?
You'll see him at the launch, so you can have a yarn to him at the launch. But with him, he's just been healing and getting. He obviously doesn't stop training. He's a guy that never stops training, but he makes sure that he get that eye healing and get back on track with that. It's obviously we all still feel for Semi for how everything went down, but. I'm looking forward to him getting back in the ring too, and getting back in the ring when he's ready. Making sure that he's 100% fight fit, and he'll keep fighting his way to the top. He's an absolute fighter. He's an absolute gem of Australian boxing. So he deserves his credit and his opportunities, and that'll come.
Any exclusives for us today, George?
Exclusive is that I'm telling Brock Jarvis what you said about him in this interview, and then you'll have to see him at the launch next week and talk to him about it.
I love Brock. Thanks, George.
Thank you.